Hello students, today I will continue my session that I stopped in the previous lecture, that is the analysis of practical communication system from the concept of channel capacity theorem, right? Okay, so in this context, I would like to say that till now we have already covered that all of the modules of your information and coding theory, and now we are in the stage of how to crack the comparative exam. Like most of you mostly prefer the GATE exam, and for that I have already shared some of important problems, some of important formulas, important logics is already right. And today I will explain the source from where these formulas are coming and how to implement in our real world, in our real field, in our real communication system, that we can relate with our channel capacity as well as coding theory as well as your information capacity criteria, right? So today I will discuss the analysis of practical communication system from the concept of channel capacity theorem, right? Because you have already came to know that most of the questions of the GATE may come from your first module, right? So linear block code, BCH code, cyclic code are not so important for your GATE, but it's really very important the first two modules, right? For one of your source coding theorem, and related your Huffman coding, Shannon-Fano coding, etc. And mostly important is the channel capacity, because lots of formulas are there, lots of variations are there which can be implemented to solve the problem. Okay, so today I will discuss a little bit about that. Because most of them I have already covered in your GATE examination. The probable questions, answers I have already covered, but today I will explain the source from where these formulas are coming, and it will help you a lot to gain knowledge in detail about the formulas, that where it is coming and what is the source and how you can implement this formula in your real world, right, in your real communication system. Okay, so let's start, because we will concentrate only the channel capacity theorem. And what do you mean by the channel capacity? Channel means we have already considered for GATE exam, for GATE question answers, we have already considered the channel that is denoted by AW, additive white Gaussian noise channel. Right, and the significance of that I have already explained in my previous lecture, and today we will consider these only. And channel capacity means the channel and the maximum bits that can be transmitted per second. So this is the very basic concept of your channel capacity, the channel that can transmit the maximum number of bits in a small time, in a very less time. So that is the channel capacity, right? Okay, and we will explain it from the help of Shannon-Hartley law. That is nothing but we have already used these several times, that is C equal to B log 2 1 plus S by N. From this mother formula, we will use from this mother formula, right? Okay, so now let's start. Today's our topic is practical analysis of practical communication system, right, from the concept of your channel capacity. And for this we will discuss about the implications of information capacity theorem in context of Gaussian channel, that I have already explained, right? And which is, the Gaussian channel is nothing but, you must know that it is band limited as well as it is power limited. Okay, so these are two constraints of that, but we will consider to define first an ideal system to implement the concept of channel capacity, right? Okay, then we will concentrate on the practical system, but beside that we will first consider the ideal system, because ideal and practical case there is a lots of difference, right? Okay, so if I consider an ideal system, okay, so ideal system which is nothing but that transmits a data I am just writing the word transmits. Transmits what? Transmits data. Okay, at the bit rate, there must be some bit rate at the bit rate. And which is the bit rate? How it is defined? That is R, right? Bit rate is R, and which is equivalent to which parameter? We can equivalent to, yes, so this is equivalent to C, right? Because ideal case we will consider these in as follows, that the channel that can transmit the data that at the bit rate, that is R, which is nothing but equal to C. Right, so the average transmitted power of an ideal system, I am writing it over here, the average transmitted power, and in this context I must say that average transmitted power, which is nothing but signal power, right? So signal power is denoted by S. So we can write this average transmitted power. See, in your exam, in your competitive exam, a board can be interpreted in a various ways, right? So average transmitted power, signal power, maximum amount of power, all can be denoted by this S, because it's nothing but at the transmitter section, and we are talking about this is nothing signal power, right? Okay. So this average transmitted power, that is denoted by S, of an ideal system, right, can be defined as, that is nothing but S. Okay, because each and every formula are very much useful for your betterment, right? So please note it down and please make a box whatever formulas you are getting from this book, right? Because in the next semester you have to study a lots of subjects. More subjects are there in your 7th semester, so lots of subjects in your total BTech program, right? So you have to make it short in your own way. What are the important formulas are there? Please make it down, please make a note, please make a sticky note, so then each and every time these will reflect in your mind, right? So please make a square box, but whatever important formulas you are getting, right? Okay, so S equal to, how can we define that S, the signal power? So signal power is nothing but there is a concept of energy, right? And energy, and that will be multiplied by the bit rate, right? Because the maximum amount of bits are transmitted. So this is nothing but the bit rate into the energy per bit. In my first practice set of cracking gate, I explained this term, that is energy per bit, that was denoted by EB. Right, I think you are able to recall that. So this is a very important term that should be incorporated in your information and coding theory, right? So how can you define that? This bit rate means R, and this energy per bit means S. Sorry, EB. So it is defined as S equal to R into EB, because these each and every formulas are important for solving the problems, right? So the problem may come in a different way, but formulas are all I am giving are very much useful to solve this problem. So please note it down, right? Okay. But in this expression we are getting over here, that is S equal to R into EB, right? So R is nothing but the bit rate. So for our ideal system, this R can be replaced by C, right? Because this bit rate is nothing but the channel capacity. So S can also be interpreted as below, that is C into EB. So we are getting another form of the signal power, right? So this is nothing but C into EB. Okay, so this is a very much useful formula for you, right? Okay, so from this concept I have to determine the real communication system. So we have already calculated the signal power, right? But what is the information capacity of your ideal system? The information capacity, that is nothing but the channel capacity, that is denoted by your C's, and C equal to B log 2 1 plus S by N0 into B. This part I have already explained in my first lecture of practice set 1, right? So N0 is nothing but the noise spectral density, noise power spectral density, that can be also interpreted as eta, right? Okay, so this is your another important formula for information capacity of ideal system. I have already written over here, that is the information capacity of ideal system. Clear? Okay, so you have already calculated the form of your S, and S is defined by C into EB. So please put it down, B log 2 1 plus C into EB divided by N0 into B, right? Okay. Okay, so now I will slightly modify this equation as it C by B equal to log 2 1 plus EB by N0 into C by B, right? Because this term I have already explained where it is coming, right? I think you can relate this from my previous lecture. This EB by N0, because this is an important parameter that I will come to the point. Okay, so this is the expression we are getting, and this is nothing but the information capacity to the channel bandwidth. And this is a very, very important parameter, that what is your channel bandwidth and what is your the information capacity, because information capacity is dependent on the bandwidth of the channel, right? Because it can't exceed the bandwidth of the channel, because this is a band limited, right? So depending on the bandwidth of the channel, the information capacity will be such that. Okay, so this is nothing but it's a very important parameter, very important formula, that is the channel capacity, or better that it's information capacity to the channel bandwidth, right? And we can obtain the expression, we can obtain the expression C by B. But how we can obtain this expression, this beat energy by to the noise power spectral density, because this is another important formula that may come in your exam, because this I have already explained in my lecture also. And how we can calculate that, you can calculate it very much easily, very easily, by using the anti-lock formula, right? So how we can do that? You can do it, that is your C by B equal to log 2, right? So that is nothing but 2 to the power C by B. So 2 to the power C by B equal to 1 plus EB by N0 into C by B, right? So I am just slightly exchanging the between the left hand side and right hand side. So what's about that? We can say that EB by N0 into C by B equal to 2 to the power C by B minus 1, right? And from this equation we can easily calculate the beat energy to the noise power spectral density, that is EB by N0 equal to 2 to the power C by B minus 1 divided by C by B, right? So this is the expression of, I am just writing over here, this is a very important expression of beat energy to the noise spectral density, right? So by using the concept of channel capacity, we have calculated the two parameters. One is your C by B, that is the information capacity to the bandwidth, and this is your beat energy to the noise power spectral density, right? And it is dependent on two parameters, that is C and B, and this is a very important formula for your GATE exam. It is not only, it is not useful, it is not applicable for your semester, but it's only applicable for your higher examination, higher competitive examination. So please don't compare with your semester syllabus. It's beyond the syllabus and it is only applicable for that, right? Okay, so I think up to this it is understandable for you. And now the next topic I will start, that is I will just relate the topic to your digital communication system, right? Because in your digital communication system, you have already came to know the concept of PCM, right? I think I am right. That is PCM. Okay, And what is this PCM? PCM is nothing but the pulse code modulation technique. And what is this PCM? Why this PCM is needed? PCM is nothing but the conversion of analog to digital signal. Okay, and for that purpose, if we see the details of the PCM architecture and PCM block diagram, there is a two parts. One is sampler and one is quantizer. This is a very important part because sampler is for discretization the time unit, and quantizer is useful for discretization of your amplitude unit. So inside the PCM, two processes happening, that is your sampling and your quantization. Okay, and now I will discuss the performance of this PCM system in the concept of your channel capacity. In PCM system, how we can calculate the entropy, how we can calculate the information rate and every parameter, and not last but not the least the channel capacity also. Right? Okay, so let's move on to the next session, that is just 1 minute. That is the performance. That is the performance of M-array PCM system. Right? Okay. So for this, I must say a simple block diagram for that. Okay. So this is as follows. You have already come to know the concept of line coding, right? So from that concept, I am drawing this coding. Okay. There is some label. I think it's visible. There is some label, and this is nothing but the in different label. There are the labels. So this is nothing but denoted by the label, right? And this is your defined by SF. SF means the power spectral density, and this is your time, because this is all are from your digital communication concept. So I will not explain more about the digital communication because it is already known to you, right? I only explain this in terms of my information and coding theory concept and how the different formulas are originated from that, and this is my point of view, right? Okay, so this is I must explain, and this is the total time duration or time period that is defined by your T, right? And these different label that is denoted by your suppose it is your last lambda, this is your 3 lambda, and this is your 5 lambda, and this is your minus lambda, and this is your minus 3 lambda, right? And I am taking over here the noise whose RMS voltage, whose RMS value, because we are taking the average value, whose RMS value I am taking at sigma by 2. So this will be multiplied by sigma by 2. I will explain all the parameters once again, so don't worry about that. Okay, so before starting this expression, I must say that please go to the chapter of PCM, and where you have calculated the concept of your signal to quantization noise ratio, and that was denoted by lambda delta square by 12. I think it is known to you, right? This del square by 12, this is nothing but signal to quantization noise ratio, okay, and it is defined by SNR cube, right? Signal to quantization noise ratio. So from that concept I will define my expression, I will define my lecture, and so please note it down that signal to quantization noise ratio is defined by del square by 12. I think that you all have able to done the proof that how this 12 is coming, how this delta square is coming, and delta is nothing but the step size, right? Okay, so in this figure there is nothing but the M array PCM system, and that uses a code word that consists of n code word elements, right? So this is nothing but n code word elements that we are going to transmit through this PCM system. So we assume that M array PCM system that uses a code word that consists of these n code word elements, right? And each code word is represented by one of the M, this M means this level, one of the M possible discrete amplitude level, right? One of the discrete amplitude level, because it's nothing but a quantization and it is related to this one, because this is your quantization, just leveling, and this quantization in your PCM concept is defined as delta, delta by 2, 3 delta by 2, 5 delta by 2, 7 delta by 2, and so on, right? Okay, so mid-trade and mid-rise, two types of quantization you have already came to know, right? So from that concept, please discuss this thing, please try to understand this thing from that concept. I am just giving the clue because I have not so much time to explain this digital communication once again. So please go to the concept of your mid-trade and mid-rise quantization, and all the proofs, all the proofs and all the steps of your signal to quantization noise ratio derivation, that is coming ultimately delta square by 12, right? Okay, so these shows the transmitted signal ST from the source which transmits these M discrete levels. We are transmitting some signal and that is in the form of M discrete level, that is showing over here, right? And the received signal is accompanied by some noise, and whose noise spectral density is defined as sigma by 2, because you have already known to the term that is eta 0 by 2. So this is nothing but the same thing. The same thing is there. So these levels are separated by some interval that is lambda, right? So the nothing but the separation level I am denoting is that lambda, and it will be nothing but lambda into delta. Okay, this lambda is the number and which is large enough. Okay, so my the number of levels that here they are located at the voltage level, that is your plus minus lambda delta by 2, and plus minus 3 lambda delta by 2, because plus 3 lambda delta by 2 minus 3 lambda delta by 2, and plus minus 5 lambda delta by 2. So these all are your amplitude levels, this is all are your discrete levels, and that is defined in terms of your noise RMS voltage, that is sigma. Clear? Okay, so we will derive the expression for this channel capacity if the message are sampled at what? At Nyquist rate, right? At Nyquist rate. So clear what I have already said to you, that we are transmitting a signal, that is ST, from the source, from the transmitter in the PCM system, but because of PCM system is nothing but not only applicable for the analog signal, this is applicable for the digital signal. So we will interpret in some levels of amplitude levels, right? So what are the amplitude levels? Is plus minus lambda, plus minus 3 lambda, plus minus 5 lambda, but it will be incorporated by the noise RMS voltage, that is sigma. And it is denoted by sigma by 2, right? Okay, so first we will derive the concept of your channel capacity, and then we will derive the concept of information rate, and also we will derive the value of the H, right? Value of the average information per message, because it is very, very important. So the important parameters I am going to derive, and that will be very useful for your future studies, okay, for your higher studies. Okay, so let's explain for me. Now please note it down. I am just writing over here derivation. I am again telling one thing that it's not your it's beyond your understanding level, I think, but before getting understand of this lecture that I am going to deliver today, please you should have the knowledge of digital communication, specifically the PCM system, because it is a very important module for your communication, and this application is very wide, is very broad, right? So you should have the knowledge of digital communication, because after that you will be able to understand the concept of the information coding theory, that is nothing but the punchline between your communication system. Okay, so derivation of channel capacity, because we are discussing the concept of PCM system, right? Okay, so first, very important thing, very interesting thing that I have already explained in my practice set 1, that is we are using the how many number of level, that is M array PCM. And one more thing, that in digital modulation technique you have already came to know the concept of ASK, PSK, FSK, QPSK, MSK, M array PSK is there, M array FSK is there, is very important for your GATE. So please go through that part beyond your MSK, PSK, FSK, QPSK. But this M array PSK, M array FSK is so many important module for your GATE, right? So you have to study a lot of things for appearing the GATE exam. I am here to guide you and to inspire you once more that you have the capability. Please go on, study each and everything, detail from the book, detail from the YouTube, detail from your various research papers, and I think that you will be able to crack your objective, right? Okay, so we are considering the M array PCM, right? And before that, I have already known the term that is level, that is L. And L, how it is related to your age? Because we have already known that age equal to log to L. So if we know the level, we can easily calculate the average information. That is nothing but entropy. And here the level is M level, right? Because we have already defined the M level, M amplitude level. So how can we calculate H? H will be nothing but log to M. So this is a very important formula. Formula number 1. Clear? Okay. And what is the information rate? Information rate is nothing but R equal to R into H, right? And R is already related to what? Related to channel capacity, and R is defined as also C. So C is equal to R into H. So C nearly equal to R, that is equal to R into H. So this is an important formula too. Clear? Okay. So now we can calculate the value of M. But this is very complex. But I will try to get you understand that how you can calculate the concept, the value of this M, because this is we are considering M array PCM, and from the concept of your signal to quantization noise ratio, because here the signal and noise are both are incorporated, both are associated, but in terms of your quantization, right? Because we have already considered the M level, this M array, right? So leveling means amplitude leveling, and this is nothing but behind the concept of your quantization. So we will use the concept of signal to quantization noise ratio, and that you have already calculated in your digital communication, that is the value of del square by 12. Okay, so from this concept I will summarize a little bit thing to how to calculate the value of M, right? Okay, so before calculating that, we must have the knowledge of average signal power, because in the previous I have already explained this term, and that is nothing but S. Okay, so AS can be also defined as in a slightly different way, that is the sum of sum of the powers, because this is nothing but signal power, right? But there are M different levels, so we have to sum of all the levels, right? So sum of the powers due to individual message, individual information, okay, divided by total number of message, total number of information we are transmitting, right? Okay, so this is nothing but we can say it as just simplifying one thing, that this is power, so P, and what is that? This is nothing but amplitude square, right? So this is nothing but amplitude square, and what are the amplitude over there? This is nothing but this one. This is your amplitude, lambda delta by 2 minus lambda delta by 2, 3 lambda delta by 2 minus 3 lambda delta by 2, 5 lambda delta by 2 minus 5 lambda delta by 2, and so on. But I am again saying why we are taking this lambda, 3 lambda, 5 lambda. There is a concept in your mid-trade and mid-rise quantization. So please go through this. I will not explain that thing over here, right? Okay. So we can calculate it in that way. It's a square form, right? So how we can do that? Lambda sigma by 2 square plus minus lambda sigma by 2 square plus 3 lambda sigma by 2 square plus minus 3 lambda sigma by 2 square up to so on. And how much we can explain of that? This will be equal to m minus 1 by 2 into lambda sigma whole square, and this will be divided by m. Okay, clear? Now this we can just summarize, that is S will be equal to, if we just normalize the power, this will become, please calculate it in your own, and it will become 2 by m sigma lambda by 2 square plus 3 lambda by 2 sigma that's 2 square up to m minus 1 into lambda sigma by 2 square, right? And this will become that I explained, that is this is equal to m square minus 1 by 12 into lambda sigma square. So this is nothing but from the concept of delta square by 12. Why it is 12? Because we are considering from the fact that is delta square by 12, signal to quantization noise ratio. Clear? So from this expression we can easily calculate the value of m, right? So what is your, now we can say that is m square equal to 1 plus this will be your 12s, right? So 12s divided by lambda into sigma whole square, right? So what is equal to m? M equal to 1 plus 12s divided by lambda sigma whole square to the power half. Clear? So in this way we can calculate the value of m. And one more thing, that if we compare this expression for your channel bandwidth, and therefore we can see that this n s by n, 1 plus s by n. Okay, so yes, okay, so one more way we can reduce the expression, that is we are getting this over, right? So but there is no n term, there is s term but no n term, because if we have the n term we can easily implement the signal to noise ratio, right? But we know that this RMS noise voltage is defined by sigma, right? So normalized noise power means we have the value, that is n equal to sigma square by 1, that is nothing but sigma square. So sigma square is nothing but n, right? So sigma square is nothing but n, and we have to calculate the noise voltage, and that's why we are taking the square value, right? Okay, so this sigma square can be replaced by this n term, and what will be the final expression of that? This is 1 plus 12s divided by lambda square into sigma square, and sigma square will be replaced by n, that is to the power half. Here, so this is the value of m, this is the expression for m, and we can calculate the value of m easily from this expression. Clear? Okay, so now we will calculate the two more terms related to that, that is your average information and also your channel capacity. That is my objective, right? So please continue this part, that how to calculate this one. Okay, so this is very easy. How we can calculate the value of h? Because we have the m array, right? So h is nothing but log 2m. Clear? And we have already calculated the value of m. So this will be equal to log 2 1 plus 12s divided by lambda square into n to the power half. Right? And we can also reduce in such a way, half means the power. So half log 2 1 plus 12s divided by lambda square n. So this is very much important formula for your GATE. Clear? Okay. So the next part, that is your average information. So average information, from the beginning of my lecture, this part of lecture, I have already told that the information is sampled at Nyquist rate, and Nyquist rate means Fs equal to 2 Fm. Okay. So we can say that the sampling rate, that is equal to 2 into B, because we are sampling in a Nyquist rate, 2 into B samples per second. Okay, so this is nothing but your R, right? And how you can calculate the information rate? This is nothing but R into H. So R is equal to 2B into, this we have calculated, that is half log 2 1 plus 12 by lambda square into s by n to the power half. These two are cut off. So this is equal to b log 2 1 plus 12 by lambda square into s by n. This one, okay. So this is not right. So this one, because half is already power is multiplied. So this is the final expression, that is R. This is a very much important for M array PCM, right? And finally, it is your channel capacity, that is C, right? But in this context that I have already explained in my, again I am telling in my first practice set, that acceptable probability of error, how it is related to the channel capacity, and it is related to the channel capacity as below. That is, channel capacity must be greater than the acceptable probability of the error, right? So C must be greater than equal to R, right? And we have already calculated R. So C equal to b log 2 1 plus 12 by lambda square into s by n, right? But here the required result, that is m equal to, we are also know that m equal to we can reduce the formula by incorporating the value of m, but we know that m equal to 1 plus 12 by lambda square, what was the value? S by n to the power half. Okay, so we can say that the C equal to R equal to b log 2 m square. B log 2 m square. We can explain that. We can replace this term m square. Okay, so this m square means nothing but C equal to this square means 2b log 2m. Okay, this 2b log 2m, and we can easily calculate, that is R by B equal to 2 log 2m. So this is your, again we are taking the value, that is the expression for your the information rate to the channel bandwidth, and it is a very important expression for your information and coding theory. So today I am able to calculate each and every formula related to your GATE exam, related to your competitive exam in a very good way. So please go through this, please continue your learning, and please try to upgrade yourself with this teaching process, right? So till then, thank you so much.